What is up, people, and welcome back to another episode of the Inter Milan Career Mode. In this episode, guys, we're going to be going through a few of your guys' suggestions. As you can clearly tell, this is completely live. You can see the budget on your screen currently, what we have still to work with here at Inter Milan, and what we currently have in the way of wage and, of course, transfer budget. So, I want to touch up on a few things beforehand. I've taken all those suggestions and everything, and I appreciate every comment as I get. Like I said, I read every single one of them, so never expect that I don't, but we're going to go through the shortlist today. I'm going to talk about my feelings, my thought processes, and just in general what I've thought and I've done, and the reason I signed the players that I did. And then you guys can wait and see what happens. So, basically, guys, I've looked at everything we've got to work with, and I just want to cover some players quickly before we move on to the players that I do want to sign in this episode. And that is going to be, firstly, Mr. Anthony Martial. A lot of you guys have asked me to bring him back, but I actually had him at Leeds, and he was amazing on there, don't get me wrong. I would, guarantee I'd love him back. But the thing is, guys, as of right now, I don't really need him that much. So, in terms of a signing, I'm going to inquire about him and see what they say. And I don't expect to make this signing, just put it that way for you guys in today's episode. So, we probably won't be getting Anthony Martial back. I did try and sign Dele Alli as well, but unfortunately, again, he was a very, very expensive player. And when I inquired about him, they turned around and said they wanted an astronomical amount of money. So, maybe I'll go for him in this episode if we sell a couple of players on, because we've still got a lot of the window to go. So, don't ever expect that I'm going to make in this window go just yet. We still have quite a while to go. And there's a load of other suggestions that I'm going to go ahead and inquire about now. And I'll come back to you as soon as I put into the shortlist. But like I said, don't be expecting me to sign too many more players, because if I show you our squad already, it's already, in my opinion, one of the better teams that I'm going to have here. So you can see the front three: Inaki Williams, Marcus Rashford, Ousmane Dembele. Tolisso, of course, we signed. Fosu Mensah, Sanchez, Zuma, Silveira, and then, of course, the bench, if you take a look at it, Vincentini's on there, Mauro Icardi's on there, João Mario, but there's been a lot of suggestions anyways left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and scout the shortlist, or scout the suggestions that you guys have left in the previous episode, add them to the shortlist, and then we'll look at maybe offloading a couple of players to allow some more funds into the club. So I'll be back with you in just a second, guys, when we do, in fact, have some more players coming in. But just before that, there is a contract offer accepted for Petr Cech's regen. So he comes in, the Hull City man, the 83 rated goalkeeper, £32 million for him. It takes our budget down to 50 million, but it's still a nice amount of money. Potentially as well, like I said, we could have a few players leaving the club, and one of those players definitely leaving now is Bardi. So we are going to go ahead and transfer list him. So let me scout these guys, and I'll come back to you in a second. Alright, guys, I've gone and shortlisted all of the players that you guys had left in the previous episode. A couple of their suggestions left in there were very, very interesting, to say the least. The first of which was actually, I do believe, let me find him when I can get to him. Where is he? I will find him in a second, guys. Yuri Tielemans, that's it. One of the suggestions left was Yuri Tielemans, so I've gone ahead and I'm going to inquire about him. He could be interesting for us. Maybe I'll look for a swap deal, possibly with João Mario, but there's still Donza here, of course, and a few of you. Actually, look at Yuri Tielemans' tackling. Oh my god, 99 stand tackling. Incredible. And his passing in general. What a player he actually is. I'd never realised how good he actually was. I mean, I knew he had high potential, but those in-game stats could be deadly. 84 finishing as well. 94 long shots. What a player Yuri Tielemans looks to be. Crazy. And then we have Joshua Kimmich from FC Bayern. He's 5'9". He could play at CDM, so if I do sign him, I'd probably play him there. He's got a 4-star weak actually, and defensively and long passing wise, he's not too bad. So potentially another signing, 87 rated there, so we're going to inquire about him. And then we've got a couple of other players that you guys have left in the suggestion list. Pulisic, the first of which is, of course, American. He starts at Dortmund in the game, but he's now at PSG, the team that defeated us in that Champions League final. So I'm going to possibly see what he can come for, but as I mentioned, we've already got Vincentini, so the possibility of this deal going through, probably not high, and the same for Sterling. Although he's very good, we do, as I say, have Vincentini, so both of those guys I'll inquire about, see what they say, and maybe we'll try and sign them. Another suggestion was actually Harry Kane, 30 years old now, so I'm going to inquire about him. Potentially, I might swap Harry Kane for Mauro Icardi and do a swap deal in that situation and see what they come back and say for that one, but as of right now, guys, those are the suggestions left. And what I will say is, if I've upset any of you guys by making decisions in the series, by signing players that you didn't want me to sign, or if I've upset you in the Road to Glory career mode by making a decision there, just know I never make a decision to annoy you guys. I always try my best to weigh up the options before making a decision. So if I ever make a decision where I've upset you, I apologize. It's not my intention. I didn't go out of my way to wind you guys up. So hopefully you still understand that and still support me no matter what decision is made in a series, regardless. I just wanted to touch upon that because I don't want people sort of getting frustrated at the fact I make a certain decision which might wind them up, if you understand what I mean. So, I mean, you guys are awesome anyway. You guys give me so much support and it's incredible to see. So thank you all again for your continued support. But if I did upset you in any way, I apologize for any decision that I may have made which may have upset you. But guys, let's see what I come back with these inquiries and let's see what we can do in the way of transfers. So we've got a few back here. Joshua Kimmich, they would say that he's not for sale at any price. Same for Sterling and same for Harry Kane. So as I said, I may try and instigate a swap deal for Mauro Icardi here for Harry Kane because I saw a comment saying basically that Mauro Icardi is not on the greatest of terms with the fans, which I actually didn't realise. I knew he had a bit of a spout, but I thought it was over with. But we'll offer a swap deal there for Harry Kane. I'm not expecting this deal to go through. I may have to offer a bit of money in that way as well. Raheem Sterling, though, 88 rated. You know what we could do here, guys? Potentially straight swap for João Mario, if that possibly could be a thing here. So we'll try it anyways. I may come back and say absolutely no to that. He's around a similar rating and around a similar overall as in value, sorry. So that could potentially go through. Joshua Kimmich as well. I'm going to go ahead and try and instigate a swap deal for him. We're going to probably go ahead and offer Donsa as part of the deal just to see. I understand I'm probably getting rid of some of the guys that you guys want me to keep on, but I have to think as well, you know, these guys coming in could potentially swap the team and make me an absolute beastly team. So we'll see what I come back and say to those offers, and I'll be back with you guys in a second. And a few inquiries coming back now. As you can see, Anthony Martial, £99 million for the left midfielder, which is crazy. Probably not going to happen, as I said to you guys. It's one of those things, unfortunately. I had him at Leeds United already, and it looks as if he probably won't be coming over to here. I'll offer them a cheeky deal, possibly shop with, like, I don't know, £29 million. It's never going to get accepted, but we'll see regardless. Anyway, and then we've got Dele Alli, who said they're not for sale at any price. Tielemans, $99 million. Pulisic at 45. So Pulisic is the most sort of, I guess, able to afford term player. So I'm going to go ahead actually and offer them a swap deal for shop. So and see what they come back and say. I mean, all of these probably will get rejected, but at least if I throw the offer in there, there's still the likelihood that maybe it will get accepted. And if it does, it's a win-win situation for us. As I mentioned though, doesn't look as if Dele Alli is in fact going to come. Again though, I probably will offer for Yuri Tielemans and see what they come back and say. Offer them some money plus a player, possibly along the lines of Donsa maybe, and we'll see what they come back to that one. I mean, 29 million plus Donsa, yeah, I'd take that deal if I was accepted that. And we're going to probably offer the same for Dele Alli as well. We'll offer them 20 million. Actually, he's yet to sign a long-term deal, so we could potentially get him on a steal here. So I'm going to offer them 35 million and see what Spurs come back to say to that, because if they give me him for that cheap, we could get a pretty beastly player on our hands there. All right, as you can see, guys, Joshua Kimmich, they've come back and said that they are interested in the player, but they want £13 million on top of that. So we could swap Donsa, who is actually valued at, how much is he valued at? 28 million plus 13 would take it to 41 million. And Kimmich is worth 37. So in terms of a signing here, I'm going to just wait for that because I don't know for sure whether or not that will be a good deal to do. Now, we offered João Mario for Sterling, but they want £40 million on top of João Mario, which is an astronomical amount of money. So I'm not going to go ahead and accept that. And we'll wait and see what happens regarding the Joshua Kimmich one, because I don't want to go ahead and do it just yet in the form that that's actually going to happen. So I'm going to take Zturbo off of the not for sale list because he was originally on it, but I don't particularly want to keep him like long term right now. And we're also going to take Shop off it as well. And is there somebody else on there that I want to get rid of? No, I think Inaki Williams is going to stay, Mestre Silveira is going to stay, and Vincencini is going to stay. So we'll have to see what deals come through for our players, and not only that, what deals we can make happen before the end of this window. All right, we got a lot of offers back here. You can see they are interested in Mauro Icardi at Manchester United, but they want £60 million on top of Mauro Icardi to let Harry Kane go. Celta Vigo not interested in Shop, as I did expect that to come back. And also PSG not interested in Shop either. So we're going to have to think about this one again and decide what we're going to do from here on out. Maybe I'll just probably, I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of this one. Maybe Brozovic. Let's see what they say to Brozovic, because he's not going to get a game at all for us because of the fact that we have the new signings into the team. And in terms of everywhere else, I can't really afford to go for these guys unless I make a couple of sales. But you know what, guys? I'm going to wait, as I said, for the deal to come back for Tielemans, because if they come back and say something along the lines that it's a reasonable offer for Tielemans, you know, the Donsa deal, then I'll go ahead and then, nah, okay, they're interested and they want 55 million. So right now, guys, I'm going to get rid of Donsa, or rather, I'm going to allow Donsa to go to Bayern Munich, and we're going to give them we're going to give him £10 million on top of Donsa and see if we can make this happen for Joshua Kimmich, because he would be a pretty decent signing for us, especially as a midfielder in a midfield three. Yuri Tielemans, as of right now, looks as if he's not going to be going anywhere. We do get a transfer offer, though, for Longo, and we'll let him leave the club. As I mentioned, guys, this is the last season, so although I want to splash the cash in terms of that one, I want to make sure it's on the right players, and I'm not getting rid of anywhere else. Right now, I don't personally think we need any other positions, so it's all just like kind of splashing the cash to enjoy the team for the last season, so that's why I'm going for these lucrative deals. But if I was going to stay here long term and keep the series going, I wouldn't be making these signings that I have done in this series. But, as I mentioned, who knows what's going to come later on in the next series that we bring on the channel. But for now, we're looking to improve this Inter Milan team as much as possible. Quite a few offers back here. Really certain. Actually, I'm going to accept that because I think he was transfer listed, in which case it's one of the people out of the club that I'm not going to be really using. And PSG have come back and said they will be interested in letting Pulisic go for Donsa plus, Brozovic plus 23 million. So as I said, right now I'm going to just wait on that one. We are going to offer a contract to Joshua Kimmich, and we'll wait for him to decide what he's going to do in terms of his future and see if he wants to come in and play his football here at Inter Milan. But for now, guys, I'm going to wait and see how much money we've got to work with and see who leaves the club before deciding on any of the other players that you guys have left me suggestions for. So yeah, for now, we'll hold on to it. Alright guys, as you can see, Joshua Kimmich now becomes the first signing of this window. Donsa going the other way to Bayern Munich, and we have in fact brought in Joshua Kimmich. So although that's a bit of an issue in terms of like a signing, maybe a couple of people would have wanted me to keep Donsa. In my opinion, Joshua Kimmich, very similar type of player, apart from the fact that I personally think that on the ball, Joshua Kimmich might just be that little bit better. So we'll have to see, but I know for sure, guys, that we in fact do have an extremely good team currently at this club. So Kimmich is going to go straight in to the bench here, and we may actually give him his debut in this one. So who can I take off this bench at the moment? I've actually got Gian Mario sat on it, so we're going to take Radu off, and I'm going to give Kimmich his debut. We're going to play him in place of Fosu Mensah for right now. We'll see how he gets on in that CDM. I may have to move him out of there, and Inaki Williams wasn't good at all in that game against Juventus in the opening game of the season in that cup. So I'm going to go into this one here against Genoa. We'll hopefully get the win, because as I said, our aim for this season is to try and go completely unbeaten. So if we can do that in this opening game here, that would be the best way to possibly start it. But imagine if we lost in the first game, guys. That would be tragic. So don't lose, boys. Don't let me down. I believe we've got the capability to be able to go on and win this game and win the opening game of the campaign, because as I said, we do not want to start this off badly. We've got to retain the title, but not only that, we've got to go unbeaten. That's the aim. That's what we're going for. I'm just making sure as well, guys, that oh no. Wait, not the camera, sorry. I'm looking for the audio. That's what I meant to say. The music is off. So, because sometimes, guys, I didn't actually realise I recorded a full live con before, uploaded it to YouTube, and it got done for copyright because there was music in the background when I was playing it. So that was a fault on my behalf, but it is what it is. Here is Renato Sanchez. Back to Inaki Williams now, who sets off down the right-hand side, cuts it inside now to try and get a chance for himself. It's still Inaki Williams, pokes it through, Tolisso in on goal. Tolisso with a chance to make it 1-0, and he does just that. Not the most convincing of finishes, but it was a finish nonetheless. So, we lead the game by a goal to nil. It's taken 11 minutes on the clock here, and it is the new signing on his Calcio A debut, Tolisso, who grabs us the goal. Fantastic way to start this one. And, you know, I'm just talking crap about Inaki Williams. And in the end, he made the assist. So I can't really say too much about that. And we are trying to keep the channel PG, so I didn't mean to swear there. But apologies if I upset anybody. Tolisso again. Now Kimmich. Kimmich on the ball. Looks for Sanchez. Gave it away, though, unfortunately. Not what I was hoping to do there. Sanchez wins it back brilliantly, though. And he's been incredible for us in this team. Here is Kimmich now. Ousmane Dembele. Dembele through the gap to Rashford. Rashford in the area. Rashford now. Oh, it's blocked and it will be a corner kick. It had to be a finish from Marcus Rashford there. You've got to score those. We do get a corner out of it though, and Dalbert whips it into the area and it's easy for the keeper to save. Big chance though for Marcus Rashford to grab himself his first Inter Milan goal, and it wasn't a great finish at the end of it. He goes inside to Marcus Rashford. Rashford on the ball. Gives it off to Ousmane Dembele. Dembele. Five-star weak foot, of course. Can go on either foot there. Chooses to go to Rashford instead. Brilliant little ball from Dembele. What a pass that was actually from him. I didn't even spot that. That was him taking over for me because that was a brilliant ball. Unfortunately, Rashford's touch let him down there. Ousmane Dembele gives it into Dalbert. Dalbert into Rashford again. Rashford on the ball now. Gets past his man. He's kind of been fouled there, ref, and eventually the ref does play advantage, but Rashford continues. Still Marcus Rashford. Rashford! Good stop by the keeper. Was never really going to go in that one, but great run nonetheless from Marcus Rashford, showing that he's willing to battle if he needs to do so. Here's Ousmane Dembele. Dembele into the area, curls one goalwards, great save, and it won't be put in by Tolisso. I thought the tapping was there for him, but unfortunately not. Tolisso trying to do defensive work as well. If you don't know, guys, I like to defend very, very high and high pressure, and sometimes it bites me in the backside because then this happens, and when they get through like that, it should be 1-1. Genoa miss a big chance to grab a point from this one. What a chance that is. We've escaped it. We've escaped that, guys. That should have been 1-1, hands down. We are so lucky that the striker has missed that, because that should have been a guaranteed goal. Uh-oh, that's not good. Dalbert gets muscled off the ball there. The cross comes into the area. Clear it away, somebody, please. The right back's got to do defending, and it's not really done, and they've actually kept that in. That's a joke. Oh, my God. 90th minute, referee blows his whistle. We do pick up 3 points from the opening game. It wasn't easy, though, because we had a couple of chances to kill the game off. Didn't take it, and in all honesty, guys, Genoa had one shot, and their shot should have been a goal. So we can count ourselves lucky there, because it should have been 1 point from that one, not 3. But I'll take it regardless. Juventus get themselves off to a winning way as well by beating Novara by 3-1. So it's good that we managed to get a win as well. We won't be top due to the fact of goal difference, but of course we're all on the same points here and there. And it has only been one game, of course, so there's still a long way to go. But as I mentioned, we're still trying to sign as many players as we possibly can before the end of that window. And of course, all of them will hopefully be your guys' suggestions come this part. And Gunter as well is growing pretty nicely, so maybe we'll have a very good centre-back on our hands come the end of this season. As well, guys, we've still got a lot to think about. You know, Vincenzini can't be sat on the bench after the season he had last year, so you need to make sure we're still giving the people game time that need it and deserve it. So, as I mentioned, we're still looking to make signings. What I will do is, I'm going to go ahead, actually, and I'm going to transfer list some of the players that I'm interested in getting rid of. The reason being is because there's a couple of these guys that were good last year, but I'm not interested in them anymore, like the likes of João Mario, for example, who is 30 years of age right now. Although he'd be good to still have at the club, I didn't really think he was brilliant. I mean, Maricardi, again, could be one we get rid of. I'm going to transfer list him just for now, and we'll see if we do get any deals for him. Fosu Mensah is going to stay. In terms of the other guys, Brozovic, I'm going to try and get rid of because, as I said, he's probably not going to get game time here at the moment. Shop as well, somebody I'm going to try and get rid of. He's not going to get game time. Zturbo possibly could be someone I try and get rid of, but as right now, I'm not interested in trying to get rid of him, but I suppose I'll transfer list him, see what sort of offers come through, and we'll make a decision there and then. And then we've got the likes of Amang, we've got the likes of Jimenez that I want to try and get rid of. Carmona can now possibly go, depending. In fact, I'll keep him because we have got that injury to Lise Melu. So that for him. Heynen there is going to leave as well because although he's pretty decent, he's not quite the level I was hoping for. Dodo can go. I'm just going to go through and just transfer list pretty much all of these guys to try and get rid of them before the end of the season. Valgen, I'm going to get rid of as well because at the end of the day, I'm not going to use him. And as you can see, guys, that's pretty much all of those guys who have been transfer listed, which is crazy. Crazy amount of players transfer listed. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get a few deals through. And we do get, in fact, a transfer offer through for Raul Jimenez immediately. £9.5 million. I'll go ahead and accept that. Although he's a good servant for us, he's now 32 and he's only going to decline from here on out. And so I've decided to go ahead, accept that deal. We'll get some money in for him, and that will be that. So, looking as if, guys, I'm going to be ending the episode off here for the simple fact that we are about to play another game. And I don't want the episode to go on for too long. So, I want to show you guys at the moment our squad report, how it looks before all the players come in and before all the players leave. And then we'll be making a new one when the players do in fact join. So this, of course, is Pretechek's regen that we just signed for around 30 million from Hull City. He joins in the club. Actually, wow, how tall is he? He's 6'6". So yeah, pretty good there. We've, of course, got Lou, who's currently out injured at the moment and looking as if he's going to be back in 3 weeks' time. 92 rated keeper. Absolutely incredible. Then we've got Bardi, who looks like he's going to be leaving. And then we obviously signed this guy, Di Gaudio. Very good right back. And when Lise Melu comes back, I'm not sure he's going to get back in the team. I mean, you can see he's got a 2-star weak foot even. That's nowhere near what I was trying to say. So we've got Lise Melu to still come as well. Both of those guys are a similar type of player. You can see both very similar in their stats and stuff. So yeah, in terms of that one, it's pretty decent. Kurt Zuma, of course, absolute beast coming in from Chelsea for free. You've got to remember that, guys, as well. Silveira there, we all know about him. Hal Gunter as well, very good there. Jason Murillo, 31 years of age right now. But we've got 4 decent centre-backs, so provided none of them get injured, we can get rid of Valgent. Dalbert, Francesco Varela, Juan Jesus, Timothy Fosu-Mensah, very, very good as well. Ousmane Dembele, incredible stats. He's played decent since he's come, but nothing too brilliant as of yet. He hasn't shown his brilliance, and I suppose we've only played 2 games, so that might be why. João Mario, 30 years of age. He's been great for us, but he's now 30, and I do believe there are better players out there to try and sign. So João Mario looks as if he could be going on his way out. Schopf definitely on his way out as well. Basson, Joshua Kimmich just joining in this episode from Bayern Munich. Renato Sanchez, formerly of Bayern Munich as well. Both of those guys actually would have played together at some point in their career. Very good stats on Renato Sanchez. Then we've got Tolisso, who's a beast all round. If we can get his crossing up by 1, he will have all... Oh, and his volleys, sorry. He'll have all green. He'd be absolutely beast. Hayden looks as if he's leaving. Brozovic looks as if he's leaving. Besser is definitely trying to leave. Kouyaté there. He's out on loan at the moment to QPR, so waiting to get him back, but he won't unfortunately feature for us in the series as it is coming to an end at the end of this season. Vincenzini, very good. Dodo leaving. Benega is still at the club, but he's retiring at the end of this year, so I've kept him here. Naki Williams as well, very good. Bakayoko, probably butchered that, and I apologise if I did. He's leaving as well. Marcus Rashford, of course, just joined from United. Then we've got Ziterbo, who looks as if he possibly could be on the way out. We'll have to see in terms of that one. Mauro Icardi, possibly the same, could be on his way out. A man could be on his way out as well. Jovetic is retiring at the end of his contract. Johnny Smith, who's never even played a game for us here so far, so he's definitely going to... I'm going to try and get rid of him anyway. We'll see what happens there. That is how the squad report looks, guys, and I will go ahead and make sure that Joshua Kimmich didn't actually get given the... I think he's number 20, isn't he, Joshua Kimmich? But I'll make sure he's not given number 4 or number 3. He hasn't. He's been given number 20. So there you go. So 3 and 4 still taken out of the team as they are both retired in real life. If you enjoyed this episode, though, guys, I'd appreciate a like, rating, of course. Thank you all so much for your support on my channel. I appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome. And at some point, I will have a Snapchat made and an Instagram because I've had a couple of you guys asking me to make those. So at some point, I'll make one and then I'll leave it in the description so you guys can follow me on those platforms and see what I get up to on a daily basis. And also, for anybody asking for Facecam, there will definitely be Facecam down the line. I'm looking to stream when I get a bit more time on my hands, and that will involve Facecam, of course. As well, I've had a couple of questions asking me, do I play any other games? Yeah, I do play other games when I get the chance to. Mostly it's stuff like League of Legends, H1Z1 I sometimes play as well if I'm a bit bored. And just in general, I play those sort of games. And mostly it's FIFA though. So for anybody asking if I'm going to ever play another game, if I'm ever streaming, or I may make a second channel, and then I'll probably play some other games if I ever get enough time. But for anybody asking in that sort of sense, then yes, possibly. But for the Facecam, it's definitely coming, guys. Just wait a bit longer. Maybe at around 10k, we'll start introducing Facecam onto the channel. But for now, it's going to stay as it is. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you had, I'd appreciate a like, rating, of course. Thank you all so much, as I said, for your support and watching this video. I will catch you all with another video later on tonight at 6 p.m. Do not miss it. Adios.